I feel like I'm learning. I try to like stand beside people and wait for the conversation that they're having to finish. And I think I'm learning that like you just can't do that. You have to throw that out the window and embrace that annoying theater kid who wants to be the center of attention, and you just have to insert yourself into a scene. Because noticed if I'm talking to someone will come up and fucking interrupt, and then that person will give that person the time of day for some reason instead of finishing their conversation with me. And then they just start the scene, and then they're like, oh, yes, let's go off and do this adventure. And I'm like, okay, well, fuck my thing, I guess. And I'm learning that, like, you have to be that guy. You have to be that guy that interrupts and is like, my thing now. It sucks, but I've learned that apparently you have to do that if you want to have an adventure. And if you sit reserved and you wait your turn to be in the conversation, guess what? Some third clown is going to come up and have their story told. And even though you were waiting patiently and doing the right thing to wait, so you weren't being the main character, to wait your turn, especially around the avatars, holy shit, someone else is going to come up and take that opportunity. You have to be extra. You have to shoehorn your way into situations. And that just feels really gross to me. So I spent the whole week, trying to be, really big and do these big performances, but only to people who weren't already talking to someone. But if someone's really popular, like a popular character or a mover or a shaker, people who actually do a bunch of these huge quests, their attention's already going to be taken. You have to take it. You can't wait for it. And I don't like that. And that's really frustrating. I had a really hard time with that this week. So while I learned I have to insert myself, I don't want to do that. I want to be the person that people come up to because I'm moving and shaking. In order to do that, I have to move and shake. So I have to like take things into my own hands and make my own big quests and steal my own stuff and stop waiting for someone else to come along and help me with it. I just have to do it. And so I want to say a huge kudos to the Moon Thief, who didn't have a roleplay partner, who just by herself decided to go do a heist, and by herself decided to have these little adventures. Good for you. You didn't sit around for 45 minutes after you said you were going to be somewhere or wait for other people to show up to help you out. You just fucking did it. And that's a lesson I need to take, is just be a little more independent. If I'm not willing to shoehorn my way into conversations, then I just have to make my own situations and hope that someone comes up and tries to shoehorn their way into my situation.